Ireland's Prime Minister will make a formal apology in Parliament to what's been described as a difficult, dark and shameful chapter of the country's recent history. An inquiry found thousands of infants died in homes, many run by the Catholic Church, for unmarried mothers and their children over nearly 7 decades. Mortality rates far higher than those of children in married couples.
PJ Haverty spent his first 7 years in the home which once stood here. Ireland in the 1950s was a deeply conservative Catholic society. Unmarried women who were pregnant were taken into religious institutions and separated from their children.
The fathers got away with it. It was always the woman that was to blame. It was always the woman's fault. And I suppose then, when you look at other people, I was lucky I got to meet my mother. If I didn't meet her, I would be blaming her for leaving me in there.
There's another reason why PJ thinks he's lucky. At the Tuam home, nearly 800 children aged up to 3 died between 1925 and 1961. Investigators believe many were buried at the site in some kind of sewage system.
When I go down there and stand there to think that I could be in there too, the religious country that we are supposed to be, that would do the likes of that to a helpless little baby.
The Irish government has committed to having this site excavated so the children whose remains are beneath this ground can be reburied with some dignity. Tuam is the mother and baby home which has generated the most international attention. But there are many other institutions in the Republic of Ireland with long histories of shame, neglect and unspeakable cruelty. The inquiry report says around 9,000 children died in the 18 homes which were investigated. That's about 1 in 7 of those who were born in the institutions. Investigators state it represents an appalling level of infant mortality. The Irish government has said there were decades of brutality.
We treated women exceptionally badly. We treated children exceptionally badly.
But PJ thinks the report hasn't got to the full truth.
There was nothing there today that would say, God, that's fantastic, now my mother is being recognised, or they're apologising to my mother. And they didn't do that today.
Tonight, the leader of the Catholic Church in Ireland, Archbishop Eamon Martin, has apologised for the long-lasting emotional distress which survivors have suffered. In this country, history will still hurt for years to come.